Yeah, marriage is hard. Anybody who tells me marriage isn't hard, I don't believe them. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
Like
what.
either the two of you are saints, which I'm open to.
No.
No, don't be open
Even
to
if
that.
you're saints, it's hard. I don't. Even if you're saints, it's hard. Marriage is hard. Even if you're. I mean, good night.
Well, what you said earlier about your brother, this is what's so sad about child abuse, is that the child has not yet lived long enough to learn defense mechanisms. So he's just vulnerable to the attacks of others.
Yep.
But then you spend your whole life learning how to defend yourself, which is the appropriate thing to be, by the way, defensive.
Yes,
if someone's
yes,
attacking you,
yes.
you ought to be. And then you go into marriage with all of these things. And then you got to learn how to live together. Don't be defensive. I thought you were attacking me. I wasn't, but I kind of was. And exactly.
Yeah. And not only do we have those wounds that inform the way we interact with each other, we have our fallen humanity that is complementary in a wounding way, right? The differences of man and woman before sin entered the world were brought about harmony and unity. The differences so often in our fallen humanity are a source of friction, and they're complementary in a way that we're pouring salt on each other's wounds.
That's why my wife and I say we love to hang out with couples our own age, because when we hang out with people who've been married 2 years, they don't understand why you would intentionally hurt your wife. You don't understand that? Oh, I've done that, and then went, I hate myself for it, but I've done it.
My wife just recently apologized to me for something a long time ago that she was intentionally wounding me.
Bless her. What a beautiful, vulnerable thing for her to do.
Yeah, and it took her a long time just to recognize it.
Because it's always easier to double down and be like, no, this is you. Man.
Yeah, and it brought about such a healing when we are willing. I mean, it was compared to the offenses I've caused my wife. This little thing she was apologizing for was like a little thing here, and mine's like huge stack of sins on my side, little sins over here. She apologizes for this, and in doing so, it's shown this light on my own sins, and we ended up just crying in each other's arms, forgiving each other, and accepting God's mercy in a whole new level of our lives as husband and wife.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. I wanted to just say, not to nod on at that by jumping around, but I wanted to say too that in saying leading each other to climax, that kind of thing, I also think it's an act. I know in the past it's been an act of love for my wife to be like, all right, sure, okay, we can make love, but like we have like 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's get this done. That's also a beautiful act of love.
Can be.
Yeah.
We had a video posted on our channel. When was this one? It had all those. 2 years ago. I don't think it was that long ago. It was maybe a year ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter when it was, but it was a woman who was saying there are times when circumstances are not ideal, and out of love for my husband, I want to offer him the delight of our union. And I'm not expressing it as well as she did, but she was saying there are times it's not going to be this wonderful 2-hour experience.
Let's get it done.
And I want to offer you myself. Here I am. And the comments we got, oh my gosh, like, this is a terrible husband that he would ever do such that he would demand of. She wasn't saying he was demanding this. She was saying, I want to be this gift to you. And even, there's just, it's like almost a Rorschach test where you're like, how do you see this? What are you seeing here? And yes, there are abuses that can take place here, but there are times where it's not going to be the ideal thing, but we learn how to enter into what John Paul II calls right here, the culture of marital relations. Can we look?